Hey tribe, welcome back. Here's a chronological overview of African seafaring history, tracing the continent's maritime legacy from ancient times to the modern era. This timeline highlights Africa's deep connection to global trade, exploration and naval innovation, often overlooked in mainstream narratives. African seafaring chronology, from river kings to ocean navigators. 7000 BCE, Nabta, Playa and Nile navigation. In the region of Egypt and Nubia, early Nile River navigation using papyrus boats began. Egyptians and Nubians used the Nile as a major trade artery, reaching into the Mediterranean and Red Sea. Expeditions to Punt, which is in the Horn of Africa, brought back gold, myrrh, and incense. Let's journey back to 3000 BCE, where we find ourselves amidst the ancient Egyptian naval expeditions. Now this was a time when the pharaohs, with their grand vision, commissioned fleets to explore and trade with the land of Punt. This event unfolded around the Red Sea and the Horn of Africa. It's fascinating, really, as it showcases early African shipbuilding, navigation, and even international diplomacy. Quite remarkable, isn't it? Fast forward to 1000 BCE, and we witness the vibrant West African coastal trade. Here, along the Gulf of Guinea, indigenous groups like the Yoruba, Akan, and Igbo were bustling with canoe-based trade. This was more than just commerce. It was the lifeblood of regional economies, facilitating the salt-gold exchange and cultural diffusion. It's truly incredible how coastal navigation supported these thriving communities. As we move into the 1st century CE, the focus shifts to the Swahili coast and the vast Indian Ocean trade. In East Africa, encompassing regions like Kenya, Tanzania, and Mozambique, the rise of Swahili city-states such as Kilwa, Mombasa, and Zanzibar was nothing short of transformative. Africans, with their ingenuity, built dhows and mastered the monsoon wind navigation. They engaged in trade with far-off lands like Arabia, India, and Southeast Asia. The goods exchanged? Oh, they included gold, ivory, spices, ceramics, and textiles. It's a testament to the interconnectedness of the ancient world. In the 1300s, the Mali Empire stood as a beacon of power in West Africa. It was during this era that Emperor Abu Bakr II is said to have launched a fleet of ships westward across the Atlantic. This event, suggests the possibility of pre-Columbian African contact with the Americas. Oral traditions, along with studies of ocean currents, really add weight to the plausibility of these remarkable voyages. From the 1400s to the 1600s, the Atlantic coast became a stage for both trade and resistance. African kingdoms like Benin and Congo actively engaged in commerce and at the same time resisted European naval incursions. It's important to remember that Africans were not passive during this period. They negotiated, traded, and fought fiercely to protect their sovereignty. Between the 1600s and 1800s, West African ports became the departure points for millions of enslaved people. Maritime history during this era became deeply entangled with colonial exploitation. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, stories of resistance and survival emerged, reminding us of the enduring spirit of those who lived through these times. In the modern era, we're witnessing a powerful maritime revival and a renewed appreciation for cultural memory. Across the Pan-African region, there's a vibrant reclamation of African maritime history achieved through dedicated scholarship, rich oral traditions, and a passionate cultural revival. This is not just about remembering the past, it's about recognizing African seafaring as a vital pillar of global history, something that is being enthusiastically re-recognized today. Now let's take a moment to delve into the sources and further reading available on this fascinating subject. Finally, we present an immersive map showcasing the profound African maritime legacy and the intricate trade routes that have shaped history. The Nile River route connected Nubia and Upper Egypt to bustling Mediterranean ports like Byblos, Crete, and Phoenicia. Along this ancient waterway, traders carried papyrus, gold, grain, and incense, all vital treasures. The ankh over water symbol captures it perfectly, life flowing through the Nile, nourishing civilizations along its banks. The Red Sea and Punt Route ran from Egypt and Sudan down to the Horn of Africa, reaching places like Somalia and Eritrea. Through this path, myrrh, frankincense, ebony, and exotic animals made their way north as royal tribute from Punt. The elephant glyph really says it all, a mark of regal exchange and deep connection between these lands. The Swahili coast and Indian Ocean route stretched from Kilwa, Mombasa, and Zanzibar, sailing eastward to Arabia, India, and Southeast Asia. Traders here exchanged ivory, gold, spices, coral, and textiles, all transported by the iconic dhow, powered by the monsoon winds. Honestly, this route was a true testament to the spirit of global trade. The West African coastal route connected regions like Senegal, Ghana, and Nigeria to the great inland empires of Mali and Songhai, as well as to the distant Atlantic islands. Along these routes, folks traded salt, gold, kola nuts, and iron, goods that really shaped the fortunes of many communities. The cowrie shell, both a form of currency and a symbol of sacred wealth, kind of represented the spirit of this vibrant exchange. Now there's this fascinating hypothesis about transatlantic voyages led by Abu Bakr II from the Mali Empire. According to oral traditions, these journeys might have reached as far as Mesoamerica or the Caribbean. It's important to note, though, that these stories speak of exploration rather than conquest. The Thunderbird crest in this context stands for migration and sovereignty, a symbol of bold journeys and new horizons. Ceremonial Atlas of African Seafaring. The Nile was not just a river, it was a living scroll, carrying grain, gold, and gods. Nubian kings sailed north with offerings, while Egyptian priests mapped the stars from its banks. The Nile's flow mirrored the soul's journey from birth to eternity. Where the Nile bends, memory flows. Pharaoh Hatshepsut's fleet sailed to Punt, the land of the gods, returning with incense, myrrh, and sacred animals. These voyages were diplomatic rituals, not conquests, honoring ancestral ties and spiritual exchange. To Punt we sail not for power, but for presence. Swahili city-states built coral palaces and navigated monsoon winds with precision. Their dhows carried gold, ivory, and stories across the Indian Ocean. African sailors were cosmic cartographers, guided by stars and tides. The wind remembers our names. Massive canoes carved from sacred trees ferried salt, gold, and kola nuts. The cowrie shell was both currency and cosmology, used in trade, divination, and adornment. These routes were economic veins of empires like Mali and Songhai. We traded not just goods, but futures. Emperor Abu Bakr II launched a fleet westward, seeking knowledge beyond the horizon. Oral traditions speak of African contact with the Americas before Columbus. These were voyages of vision, not conquest. We crossed not to claim, but to connect. African sailors used celestial navigation, reading the sky like scripture. Orion, Sirius, and the Southern Cross were guides across water and time. The stars were ancestral signatures etched into the heavens. Our compass was the cosmos. Thanks for watching, and hey, don't forget to like and share or subscribe to join the tribe.